U.S. approves lab-grown chicken nonetheless. We're not going to eat penguin for sure. 2 California-based companies will sell what they call cell-cultivated poultry at pricey restaurants. And if you go read the story, they have to go there because they have to sell people a lot. It costs a lot of money to make cultured chicken because it's chemicals. It's biology. It's in the lab. We're supposed to agree with this stuff. It's supposed to be green. It isn't. But anyway, that's the story. Upside, COO Amy Chen said, who acknowledged the ick factor inherent in the idea of lab-grown meat, told the AP that most people who try her company's product come around to the idea, claiming, quote, the most common response we get is, oh, it tastes like chicken. And okay, that's what you want to do, but it's really pricey. They can't keep it. They can't. The price of your meat is going to match that. Is going to probably quadruple, even higher than it is. What we thought got high, it's going to probably quadruple to get there, so they can make that just as cheap as regular meat. And remember, look inside how they make that stuff. It's concentrated proteins of sorts. Not much different in a way, different processing, different protein. But as those spike proteins that they put together for you, the venoms, and people have a real hard time with this stuff. So that cultured protein tastes like any other unknown flesh in the world. Tastes just like chicken, folks. Good thing that's probably why they started that, right? Let's start with the chicken, because it tastes like that. It doesn't matter what protein we eat. It tastes like chicken when we don't identify it. Another thing of being chicken, the cops having auditors get a little too close. And there has been a law in Arizona that popped up to limit the distance you could stay away from a cop when they're doing an arrest. And here we have the outcome of that. They passed it, but then it was challenged in the courts. Again, you can't sit around when they do this. And Arizona's controversial police recording law ruled unconstitutional. So if the cops are chicken having you near the camera, they're not going to have to be able to say much. But I'm not going to tell you to get up by a cop. That's not going to be something smart. No, nothing's really smart anyway. The SMART. Be more intelligent. Give them space, whatever it is. Just get your shots. You don't need to be in their hip pocket to do that. But at any rate, it doesn't matter relative to law. You can't make a law to limit it. A federal judge ruled Friday that Arizona's law limiting how close people can get to recording law enforcement is unconstitutional. In this 3-page ruling, John J. Tucci said that the law violated the First Amendment and, quote, there is a clearly established right to record law enforcement officers engaged in the exercise of their official duties in public places. You can read the rest of this story again. I don't have too much time to really bore down into it. It's the fact that the government tried to stop you, and then it got tested, and a judge says it does violate the First Amendment. Again, I'm going to caution all you auditors, anybody who's doing this, take your camera, take the shots. But don't get in between a cop and where he's going to shoot. Don't get it behind him when don't scare them, don't scare her. Give them their space. But there can't be a law that defines what that space is. And I suspect also that they'll probably, the attorneys for the cops will come up with something that will go around that anyway, like obstruction of administration of justice or something like that. So be real careful. Don't use this as a license to get, like I said, sit on their shoulder. That ain't going to happen. So give them their space, even though, as we find, they're maybe, well, not all the time. Sometimes they're not real good about it, but you don't want to get in the way of that either. Word to the wise. I don't know what more to say about all that. But now that Arizona allows cameras up close and personal, if you want to see how this kind of works, and I wondered about this case, though it's correct. I talked with people about this, having this law come in and putting that distance away, and I said, well, they haven't figured out how close that distance is, but I'm not sure how the courts would treat it. If it's a reasonable distance, maybe, but I may have been in error there because the court says no. So we have to look very carefully. I guess be careful. You guys and gals that are out there doing this stuff, be real careful. Now that Arizona allows the cameras up close and personal, if you will, on this, nothing stops them from getting up and close and personal, keeping an eye on you either. Remember, it's a dual-edged sword, and this next story shows us about that. And coming on to quick into the world, people are flocking to this. I'm disappointed in mankind on this, but They want you up close and personal in their cameras. Eyeball scanning global ID system. WorldCoin launches. Dystopian technology is rolling out globally, but is facing regulatory scrutiny in the U.S. I sure hope so. This is kind of creepy, but see, they're getting you to go to a third party, so there's really no real protection in a way. The government would be getting a protection. It's like a consumer thing. So be careful on how they move this thing through on us. But or if us, I say us just generally, but there's going to be some of us that will not even consider this. But I'm already watching pictures. At least they're telling us people are standing in line to put their iris in the machine to get it recorded. Skeptics are watching about OpenAI CEO Sam Altman's venture WorldCoin announces its launch. Let me go back to AI. It's not what you think it is, and it's error-prone. Besides, the point is you're getting a database. And I don't know if some of you know about iridology. Some of you don't, maybe. Iridology is kind of an interesting science. It's like a lot of these things. It's a lot of, well, you just have to be doing it. You have to have a lot of experience in it. They can tell you all about your body, and all the health of your body. One more way to get at you, and keep track of that. But you're going to get an iris, a biometric, to get your WorldCoin. Sam Altman is trying to go global with this thing, and people are loving it. I can't get it, but that's what's going on. This Monday, the Berlin and San Francisco-based Tools for Humanity, Tools for the Animals, unveiled WorldCoin blockchain-based digital passport system, the World ID, together with its own cryptocurrency token. And this is one more removed tokenization, token citizenship. You'll be that global citizen they want to make everybody. The WLD is what it'll be identified. I find these interesting. These little letter designations are a lot like looking like the stock marketing stuff. I'm not interested in. But with the promise of cryptographically secured and proof of personhood, for all you guys and gals that know about person, this is not even you now. This is an inert straw man that they put in your place. This proof of personhood, not a proof of man or woman, proof of legal entity. For a particular subject matter. WorldCoin seeks to distinguish real people from AI bots, setting the foundation for potential universal basic income distribution. It does so by introducing its unique hardware, the orb, a silver orb, roughly the size of a bowling ball, that performs iris scans to confirm the user's humanity. This is what they're telling you. Your animal nature, I suppose. Anyway, enough there. You can read on it. It's breaking on us now, folks. There's really big stuff going on. Pretty scary in a way. If you don't agree with it, I don't think it's scary. I mean, if you fully just stay away from it, it's not scary. It can't get you. But